Was it mostly custom stuff? Like people would send you designs and you would print them yourself, or would it be you had a couple like stock things that people really liked?
So we started with just some generic signs and plaques that my wife thought were cute, different
Hmm.
ideas she had, and I made them, to whatever she liked, and then she painted them. We put them up and sell them. And then as we were doing that, one customer reached out and said, "Could you make this puzzle piece picture frame? Because this company doesn't exist anymore."
Oh,
And I
huh.
said, "Well, I can't make that one, but I can make my own
Yeah.
and, make it work for our system." So I made like, I don't know, 10 different versions of this puzzle piece, different configurations or whatever. And it just hit. Like,
Huh.
we sold thousands of them
Wow.
in
Cool.
weeks. And that's what put us on the map. And then once that happened, my wife's like, "We're selling all these pieces, but like, I don't feel like we're making enough money." And I'm like, "We're not
Right.
really. I mean, you sell a piece for $19 on Etsy, you got to ship it for free. You
Right.
got the cost of the wood, the time to make it. You're not really making
Yeah.
much. What are you making $5 on
Etsy
a
takes like
plaque?
20% too.
It's
Mhm.
Yeah.
ridiculous." So she goes, "Well, how can we make more money?" I said, "Well, to make more money, we got to find a way to get the wood cheaper,
Right.
right?" Because I was just going to Home Depot like everybody else, buying a board of poplar, of oak, or whatever we
Hmm.
needed. She goes, "Well, how do we do that?" So we started looking around, looking at the options. We started like everybody else. We got a Alaskan, chainsaw mill, was milling up logs in the driveway. So this piles of lumber we're stacking up, and she goes, "What are you going to do with it?" I said, "I'm going to put it in the backyard, probably sit for a year or two until it's dry."
Yeah.
And right away, she's like, "No, no, that's not going to happen. We got to
Not
do
my
something different."
patio.
Yeah. So because I had the glass business, I already had space at a warehouse in Huntington Valley. And just at that time when we were doing that, another unit opened up. So I said, why don't I take that unit and I'll put the wood in there for now and let it, we'll blow fans over it, let it dry, and we'll figure out, what to do with it later. But at least it's not in our backyard and it's drying and we can do
Yeah.
Sure.
something with it. She goes, "Yeah, but you still can't use it for 2 years, right? Or a year, depending." I said, "Yeah,
Mhm.
depending on thickness." So she goes, "You got to do something so that you can start making money with it now, figure it out." I said, "Well, I could build a kiln or we could buy one."
Mhm.
And I started looking like, well, obviously by the store, you can tell I don't do anything half-assed. Like if I do it, it's all the way in.
Yeah.
So I started looking at building a kiln. And if I was to build one, it would have to be like commercial grade when I'm done. Like I wouldn't make it just to be some,
Yeah.
you know,
You don't want a
pile of
hobbyist
Use it
plywood
kiln.
in the
once a
corner
year and
with a
then
fan in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
right.
So we started looking at the iDry system, and I think at that time the iDries were 60 grand, maybe 55 or 60,000. And I said the right way to do it is either we build it right or we buy it right.
Right.
And I said if we build it, it's still going to take months for it to dry because
Oh
it's going
yeah.
to be a dehumidifying kiln. If we buy the iDry, it might be anywhere from a couple weeks to a month, and the load would be dry. So we went back and forth and hemmed and hawed about it, and we bought
Wow.
the iDry.
It's a big investment.
In the line of work that I'm in, I don't normally get a tax return. Normally, I owe a lot of
Yeah.
taxes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
for whatever reason, this particular year, my accountant made a mistake in my favor, and we ended up overpaying. And the
Oh.
refund that we got was enough to basically buy a Norwood. So my wife's like, "Just go buy the Norwood." We weren't planning on having this money anyway. So we
Sure.
got the Norwood, and then after that, we bought the iDry, and we rolled into the iDry.
So this is
Wow.
all in service of trying to decrease your material costs in order to support your Etsy
Right,
store.
increase my debt
Yeah.
to decrease my material cost.
Yes.
Did
Yeah.
it decrease your material cost?
Yeah,
But
Derek, you got a good point. Did you decrease your material costs?
actually, I'm not sure that I did because now I have all this. I think it really went up by like astronomical amounts.